Continuing coverage at 6 now on the status of the three men taken into ICE custody last weekend at the Sikeston Rodeo. Scott County Sheriff Derek Wheatley, who spoke to immigration officials, says the two younger detainees are voluntarily returning to Mexico. According to ICE, he says both Melky Lopez Diaz and Laurentino Matus Reyes overstayed their lawful entry. The third man detained, Ricardo Gonzalez Montes, remains in federal custody. Sheriff Wheatley tells me it's not clear when Montes entered the country, but immigration officials say he has never been issued a green card. Montes did have documented contact, Wheatley says, with Border Patrol after crossing the border twice in July of 2009. He voluntarily returned to Mexico both times.